Good morning, children. Today we will move on to the next portion, that is ray diagram or image formation by a convex lens as well as a concave lens. In the case of mirror, you have studied about concave mirror, image formation by a concave mirror. In the case of lens, what you have to study is the image formation by a convex lens. Why image formation by a convex lens? Here, when you studied about principal focus, the parallel rays of light actually converges in the case of a convex lens. So, convex lens forms a real image. That is why we are studying the ray diagram of convex lens. So, before moving on to the ray diagram, we have to study certain rules of drawing ray diagrams. So, the first rule, we will study both the lens simultaneously. So, the first one is, we will draw a convex lens. A convex lens. Optic center is marked here. Optic center is P. And we will draw the principal axis. So, as we have studied earlier, there are two focus for a lens. So, F1 and F2, or either you can write it as F. So, the first rule is a ray of light which is incident on the pole of a lens will not undergo any deviation. A ray of light passing through the optic center of a convex lens will not have any deviation. And similarly, you can draw for a concave lens. Marking pole here. This is F and this is F. So here also a ray of light passing through the optic center will not undergo any deviation. This is rule number 1. Then we will move on to rule number 2. Rule number 2 says a ray of light falling parallel to the principal axis after refraction through a convex lens, it passes through the principal focus on the other side of the lens. In the case of a convex lens, we will draw the figure. A convex lens is drawn here. This is the pole of the mirror. This is the focus. This is the other focus. A ray of light falling parallel to the principal axis after refraction. Refraction is shown like this. After refraction, it passes through the principal focus. And what about concave lens? A ray of light. Concave lens we will draw. A concave lens this is P, this is F, this is the other F. A ray of light passing parallel to the concave lens, after refraction it diverges, but it seems to have to be moving through the principal focus. So this is the 2 rules. Then we will move on to rule number 3. Next rule is applicable to a convex lens only. We cannot apply the rule for concave lens. So the next rule is, see, this is a convex lens and this is optic center F and F. A ray of light falling on the optic center through the third rule states A ray of light which is falling on a concave lens through the principal focus. A ray of light falling on a convex lens through the principal axis. After refraction, it passes parallel to the principal axis. A ray of light falling on a convex lens through the principal focus after refraction passes parallel to the principal axis. So these are the rules that we have to study for drawing the ray diagrams. Next we will move on to ray diagram. So we will move on to the ray diagrams. First one, object at infinity. So an object which is kept at infinity in front of a convex lens, or a object which is at a higher distance or at a longer distance, the light rays are considered coming parallel, and parallel rays of light will get converged at the focus. So for an object which is kept at infinity in front of a convex lens, the image will be formed as the focus. Next one, what you have to study is an object kept beyond 2f. So what is this 2f? So we will study it here. See, first one, objects beyond 2f. So a convex lens is drawn here, and the principal axis is drawn. This is the pole. Here from P measure 2 centimeter and draw F. Again measure 2 centimeter and draw. Usually in the case of a mirror we used to write here C, center of curvature. Here instead of center of curvature we will write it as 2F. So from P take 2 centimeter, it is marked as F, and from F take 2 centimeter, it is marked as 2F. Here also again 2 centimeter marked as F, then 2 centimeters marked as 2F. So the first one is an object is kept beyond 2F. So this is the object. So how will you draw? A ray of light falling parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the principal focus. So that is one rule. A ray of light falling parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the principal focus. Then another rule is a ray of light falling through the optic center will not undergo any deviation. A ray of light passing through the optic center will not undergo any deviation. So where do these two light rays meet? These two light rays meet here, and you will get an image here. So when an object is kept beyond 2f in front of a convex lens, you will get a real inverted diminished image between f and 2f. So how is the image formed? Real inverted diminished image is formed between f and 2f. So watch this diagram very carefully and draw the ray diagram in your text notebook. So an object kept beyond 2f. So the second one is an object is kept at 2f. So how will you draw the ray diagram? Object is kept at 2f. So again we will draw the convex lens. When you draw the ray diagram, always be careful to draw a thin lens. So this is pole, this is F, then again here is 2F, this is F, here it is 2F. So here in this case, an object is kept at 2F. So what happens? An object kept at 2F. Here also we can follow the rules. First one, a ray of light passing parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through the principal focus. Then, a ray of light passing through the pole of the mirror will not undergo any deviation. So where do these two rays meet? These two rays meet here. Understood? When an object is kept at 2F, the image is also obtained at 2F. How is the image? The image has the same size of the object. So, a real inverted image having the same size of object is formed at 2F. So this is the second ray diagram. Watch the video carefully and you should draw it and bring it to your class. Next one, object between F and 2F. Here also we will draw the lens, pole of the mirror, F, 2F, F, 2F. An object is kept between F and 2F. So what happens? The ray of light falling parallel passes through the principal focus. Passes through the principal focus. Then, a ray of light passing through the optic center will not have any deviation. Then, the two rays of light meets here, where the two rays of light is meeting beyond 2F. So when an object is kept between F and 2F, the image is formed beyond 2F. How is the image? It is real, inverted and enlarged. So a real, inverted, enlarged image is formed beyond 2F. Next one is object at F. So what will happen when an object is kept at F in front of a convex lens? This is the pole, this is the focus, and this is the focus. An object is kept at F. So we will obey the rules. That is a ray of light passing parallel, after refraction passes through the principal focus. Then a ray of light passing through the optic center will not have any deflection or deviation. So what happens here? The refracted rays goes parallel and image is obtained at infinity. An image is obtained at infinity, or more clearly we can say no image is obtained when an object is kept at f. Understood? Next one is an object kept between f and p in front of a convex lens. So here, first one, a ray of light passing parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, it passes through the principal focus. But here what happens is, the ray of light comes back, or the ray of light seems to comes back. Ray of light seems to come back. That is why we have given a dotted line. Next one, the ray of light passing through the passing through the optic center will not have any deviation. But this ray of light also seems to comes back. And these two rays of light seems to meet at this point. Since it is only appearing to meet, an image is obtained here. A virtual image, a virtual enlarged erect image is obtained between f and 2f on the same side of the object. So this principle is made use of by palmists and scientists, etc., to have an enlarged image of an object. So when you look at if the object is kept between p and f of the convex lens, you will get an enlarged erect image of the object on the same side of the object itself. So you might have seen scientists and palmists all having this lens with them, and they are using this lens to get an enlarged image. And what is the principle? They keep the object between f and p, and the enlarged image will be obtained between f and 2f. How is the image? A virtual enlarged erect image is obtained between f and 2f on the same side of the object. So the ray of light passing through parallel passes through the focus, but it appears to comes back. The ray of light passes through the object center will not have any deviation, but it also seems to comes back. And the two rays of light meet here, and the two rays of light appears to meet between f and 2f. So a erect enlarged virtual image is obtained between f and 2f. Understood? Next, we will move on to the image formation by a concave lens. Image formation by a concave lens. The focus of a concave lens is a virtual one, so you cannot draw all the ray diagrams for a concave lens. There is only, in the case of convex mirror, there was only one ray diagram. Similarly, in the case of a concave lens also, there is only one diagram. So, how will you draw the diagram? A concave lens. Pole is marked here, and F. So wherever may be an object in front of a concave lens. So an object is kept in front of a concave lens. Suppose you are keeping an object here. Since it is a virtual focus, you cannot have the 2f and all. So first law is a ray of light passing parallel after refraction diverges, but it appears to have come from principal focus. So the next one is a ray of light that passes through the object center will not have any deviation. So where do these two rays of light meet? These two rays of light meet here. So wherever may be an object in front of a concave lens, an erect, diminished virtual image is formed between F and P. So how do you write? Wherever an object is kept in front of a concave lens, and erect, diminished virtual image is obtained between F and P. Understood? So with this we have come to the end of the ray diagrams. All the ray diagrams you have to draw it in your physics notebook. Thank you.